Broadcasting live from the True Crime Today studios to the world. This is Murder in the Morning with Tony Bruschi and Stacey Cole.
From the Hit Killers Podcast, Murder in the Morning.
Madeline Kingsbury, more than a year now after her tragic disappearance, and we've talked about her. We even have a podcast channel about her. We're getting closer to trial with her former boyfriend, Adam Fravel, scheduled to appear in court next month for pre-trial hearings. Fravel faces second-degree murder charges in connection with the death of Kingsbury, who is a 26-year-old mother of two from Winona, Minnesota. Kingsbury was first reported missing at the end of March of 23, if you remember, sparking an extensive search effort across the Winona area for weeks. Community members, law enforcement, volunteers scoured the region, hoping to find any trace of her. The search came to a heartbreaking conclusion in June when Kingsbury's remains were discovered in a concealed location along Highway 43 in Fillmore County, just a short drive from Fravel's home. Police in Minnesota identified the remains of those as Madeline Kingsbury shortly after their discovery. The tragic news followed by the arrest of Adam Fravel, who had been under suspicion since the investigation began. Fravel, who's 29, was taken into custody on probable cause in connection to her disappearance, according to the Winona Police Department. The upcoming pretrial hearings are scheduled for September 3rd and 4th and will likely take place in Winona, unless a new trial location is announced beforehand. Due to the widespread media attention surrounding the case, the judge has already agreed to move the trial out of Winona County, ensuring a fair legal process. As the case moves forward, Kingsbury's family have expressed a mix of sorrow and relief in a statement released following the discovery of her body. Kingsbury's sister, Megan, shared the family sentiments, saying, "We're relieved that Madeline has been found after months of intensive searching, and grateful for the extraordinary efforts by law enforcement, other first responders, and volunteers," she said. "We're certain that the correct person has been arrested, will be appropriately charged, and convicted of his crimes. Things are moving in the right direction here, and we look forward to getting justice for Madeline." The investigation into Kingsbury's disappearance revealed that her body had been carefully concealed in a wooded area off a gravel road, an area that had been previously searched, but not thoroughly enough to uncover her remains initially. There were efforts made to conceal the location of the body. Fillmore County Sheriff John DeGeorge noted during a press conference, emphasizing the challenges investigators faced in locating Kingsbury. Winona Police Chief Tom Williams also addressed the discovery, expressing his condolences to the Kingsbury family. "While this discovery is not what we're hoping for, we are thankful to be able to bring Maddie home to her family." The case has drawn significant public interest, not only because of the tragic loss of a young mother, but also due to the extensive community involvement for her search. Thousands of searchers assisted law enforcement over more than 2 months that Kingsbury was missing, highlighting the deep impact of her disappearance on the local community. The upcoming pretrial hearing is going to be interesting as we get closer and closer to an actual trial date. Can you refresh me, other than he's the boyfriend or husband or father of her two children, what's the evidence here?
Oh, it's substantial.
Okay.
If I remember right, she was, I want to say that there were some sheets that she was wrapped in, and the mate to the sheet was found at the house. A friend had either a text message or is a witness to the fact, I think it was a text. Yeah, she had texted some friends in December saying that Adam had told her she'd end up like Gabby Petito if she didn't learn to mind.
Yep.
Just 30 days before her disappearance, she visited a friend at Mayo Clinic where Kingsbury worked. While their warrants reportedly showed that Kingsbury told her friend everything is bad with Adam at the house and that he had been, quote, beating the hell out of her for years.
Yeah.
She said, "If anything happens to me, know that Adam did it. I would never leave my kids." So if you're telling your friends, if I wind up dead, here's who it is, and then you wind up dead. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those that it all comes back to mind now when you say all that.
He also, when questioned about those text messages, said that he was infatuated with the Petito case, and those were, just jokes. I'm sorry, you don't joke with the mother of your children that if you don't mind, if you don't do as I say, you're going to end up like Gabby Petito.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's not funny. You know,
there's no reason to ever say that unless you are a conniving narcissist that is passive aggressively trying to scare someone while trying to be funny. It's just a joke, just joking. That's, what you're going to get when you confront that type of individual. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The fitted bed sheet that matched the sheets found in the home.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Because what they can do is they can put that under a microscope and they can say, these are exactly the same materials from each one.
Mm-hmm.
Texts
about abuse of the digital footprints there. Fravel making disturbing comments about the Petito thing was just extremely creepy because actually at that time some of that case was kind of getting wrapped up in the civil end. So that was something we were talking about at that moment. And to be that, who the fuck? I mean, we talk about these stories, but I mean, if you're not reporting on true crime and you're not investigating the story, why are you that caught up in something like that? I mean, it's one thing to find an interest, but it's like, there's another if you're like fantasizing about it for your partner.
Well, and that's the thing. I don't want somebody, you shouldn't have someone in your life that if you guys are having a disagreement, they make a comment that you could end up like some dead person. Okay, you're crossing a line that shit's not funny. You're not funny. Knock it the fuck off. And what do you really mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
Have a little bit of decency and respect for the person that you're with.
That's not going to play well to a jury.
No, it's just not.
I wonder if we're going to have DNA evidence here as well. I don't see it at this second. I could be wrong, but the fitted sheet is pretty damning that it's from the house and then it's out there. I'm going to imagine there's DNA evidence that's here, and the digital evidence is pretty fucking dark too. So,
yeah, it is dark, and I do think forensics is going to get involved big time. That bed sheet, what you couldn't. I mean, this is in Minnesota. Target is based in Minnesota. You couldn't go to Target and get some new sheets to wrap her in, for fuck's sake, you cheap bastard.
They'd be caught on camera though buying bed sheets.
Oh, see, I'd never make a good murderer.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You got to think of these things. So you got to kind of have this stuff ready. You can't, I have my murder closet over there where it's everything I bought in the 1990s that can be used in a murder. You can never trace it back, and it's there to go if I ever need to, commit murder. the murder closet. That's what Harper lovingly refers to it as. Dad, what's in the murder closet right now?
Oh, God.
I'm kidding. I'm completely making that up.
Are you?
Well, no. Yes, I am. But we do have a closet. It's not a closet. It's it's the safe room, and there's a lot of sheets in there. But it's for like it's the backup to the backups, and it's in there if we have to go into the safe room for a long period of time, and if you have to sit in there or sleep in there or something.
Well, and for you, the safe room, it's not that you're this paranoid individual. You live in tornado country. So you have to have a place that you can go to hunker down while, Dorothy's flying overhead.
Yeah, I mean, and if there's civil unrest or something.
Well, that could happen too, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it's there. The people who had the house before me were far more prepared. Literally a wall of water. Bottled water was in there. I'm not quite as, they were Mormons. I'm not quite as extreme as that, but I do have, like food in there that will last for several months if need be. Water, I don't have a ton of bottled water, but I do have, I have stuff that can clean water. So if you run out of the, bottles of water, you can go to the, polluted creek and pour it in there, and you have a nice, refreshing drink of what was the hell? What was, I'm trying to think of the one on SNL years ago. This is the delicious taste of, and it was like slime water.
Ew.
Oh, I'm gonna Google that. What was the?
Ew, that's disgusting.
SNL bit about toxic bottled water. It was one of my favorite bits.
I wonder why I don't remember it. I'm a huge fan of SNL.
What is the old SNL bit?
That's going to be hard to find, I think.
Here we go. Swill. Here's Swill. This is Swill.
As a salesman, I do a lot of traveling. So when it comes to lunch, I grab what I can, usually on the run.
Bill Murray.
When I want mineral water, I keep it simple and I keep it domestic. I drink Swill, the water that's dredged from Lake Erie.
Nothing's added to Swill. It comes straight from the lake to you. Maybe you thought only European countries had mineral water, but let me tell you, we bottle some pretty special water right here in America.
Yeah, America. Water with a character all its own.
Swill's refreshing.
Swill's low in calories, and Swill helps wash down a hearty meal like this, which tends to just lay in your stomach.
And it's coming out like like sludge. Just it's like snot. and there's like a bottle cap coming out of it.
Gross.
Yeah, that was a great bit.
I like mine with a twist.
With a twist.
Swill. Yeah, there you go.
Good times.
Yeah, so there you go. All right, that's going to wrap up this episode, and we'll keep following this story as it continues to develop.
All right, true crime addicts, let's cut the crap. You're knee-deep in the gory details of your favorite podcast when suddenly a commercial hits like a bad meal. Seriously? You deserve better. Upgrade to True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts, where you can binge without those annoying ads. Plus, get extended interviews that go deeper into the darkness and early access to episodes so you can be the first to know. It's like trading up from fast food to fine dining, but with more blood. So, go ahead. Search for True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe and feast on the good stuff.